Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay, superstar, steal the show.
Hey, bro, he's gonna sleep all day.
Welcome back to another episode of Off the Record on Wildcat 91.9. I'm your host, Emma Wiley, and today we have a very special guest joining us. Actually, a few very special guests joining us. Well, one of them's Dug Mcdaniel. Doug has brought a spark to kstate men's basketball with his energy and his leadership all the way from Washington, D.C. to Manhattan, Kansas. Welcome, Doug.
Appreciate you. Thanks for having me.
So I like to start from the beginning. You grew up in the Washington, D.C. area, the nation's capital. What was that like?
It was pretty fun. You know, the city life is very fast, so, you know, I'm a fast type of point guard, so it's definitely fit my personality.
Yeah. What experience there shaped you as a player and kind of made you who you are today on the court?
I would say just playing outside on the playground. You know, there's no fouls. You just got to be tough. And I feel like that shaped me to be, you know, a tough player.
How old were you when you started playing basketball?
Probably, when I was 2 years old, I played up with the 5-year-olds. So, but I didn't really start playing basketball for real until like 5 or 7.
Yeah. I read a story about how your mom put you in was it a football league? It was for like the 5-year-olds,
Yeah.
and she put you up. So did that kind of competition from the get-go kind of boost you and kind of put you up with the big dogs right away?
I feel like it did, only because like I played up with them and I was, you know, doing pretty good. So, you know, I feel like they gave me the upper hand from a young age.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, that'll definitely shape you from the beginning.
Facts.
So growing up, you started playing basketball when you were 2-3 years old?
2.
Did you have any siblings that kind of brought you in that direction? Or?
I had a bunch of uncles that played basketball, so I would just go watch they practice and, you know, dribble and mimic their moves on the side. But I was the only child for 17 years.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel that. I'm the oldest.
Yeah, me too. Now I am.
So I read some things about you having some legacy basketball in your family. Grandpa that played basketball pretty well. An uncle that also spent some time doing some big things. Was that something you strive to be, or did that mean anything?
I feel like it definitely meant a lot to, you know, to continue that legacy going on. And I feel like it was just continuous moments of like passing the torch. And, you know, my grandfather, my uncle passed me the torch. So, you know, now it's my time to shine, carry that McDaniel name on.
Yeah. So I was reading quite a bit about your mom and what she did for you. Can you explain what kind of character she was in your life and how she brought you closer to the game of basketball?
From a young age, she always made sure that I was busy, you know, because where we lived at, it was easy to get off in the wrong thing. So I was always busy, always, you know, hanging around my teammates or my uncles or something, because I was the only child. So she wanted me, you know, to always have somebody there. And, you know, just keeping me busy and keeping my mind focused on the right things, you know, led me to fall in love with those things. So, you know, since a young age, I fell in love with sports, football, basketball, baseball, whatever. And, you know, I still had that love to this day.
Yeah. So you grew up playing a lot of different sports?
Yeah, I played everything growing up, not gonna lie.
Did you have any scholarships going into was it football as well, or?
I was on the verge to my senior year of high school, but, you know, I just stuck with basketball.
Yeah. Why basketball?
I feel like for the mental aspect of it, I feel like I understand it more, you know, because my grandfather played it, my uncle played it, and I was just around a lot of, you know, other great players that played it, so that knowledge was just getting put into me on the basketball side of things. So, you know, in terms of mental and physical, I feel like that was the best option for me.
Mm-hmm. So we talked about your family kind of shaping you. Did you have any other influences that pushed you closer to the game?
Really my friends that I met along the way playing. Like, I played travel basketball at a young age, so, you know, one of my best friends to this day, he's from Manhattan,
Really?
New York. So, you know, we
You're
always...
talking Manhattan, Kansas. I'm like, no way.
Nah, he's from Manhattan, New York, and we met in 3rd grade, and that's been my best friend ever since. And, you know, I got a lot of friends all over the country, and just to see what a basketball can do, just build those connections, definitely, that's the fun part about it, for sure.
Yeah. So other than teammates, is there, I mean, I hate to keep picking at this, but like, where did that inspiration come from for you to take this to the collegiate level?
I feel like my sister, to be honest. I had my mom had my sister when I was in high school, and growing up, I always wanted a younger sibling. I always wanted to be, that role model to a younger me.
Mm-hmm.
And when my sister came along, I feel like it gave me a different purpose. Like I'm actually working for something. Like somebody's looking up to me, so all my decisions matter. And ever since then, I feel like I've been taking it a lot more serious.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, coming up next, we're going to talk more about Dug's mentality on and off the court. You're listening to Off the Record with Emma Wiley on Wildcat 91.9, where you belong. Welcome back to Off the Record with Emma Wiley. I'm here with K-State's very own Dug Mcdaniel and his two dogs. And if you hear snoring, it's not Dug, it's Saint over here. So welcome back to our second segment.
Thanks for having me.
So I wanted to get kind of into your collegiate career. So we started here at Michigan, your freshman year, your first scholarship. What made you choose Michigan?
I had a kind of deeper bond with the coach, Coach Juwan Howard. Me and his son played youth league basketball in about 5th grade with Night Riders, a team in Florida. And, ever since then, our relationship just grew. I call him Uncle, he called me Neff. And, I still talk to him to this day. So, the relationship never going to go away. But, I just felt like at the moment, I trusted him with my career. I trusted him with my future. And I still do. And, I don't regret that decision at all.
Yeah. So when you were a freshman, what were the highlights and challenges that you faced at Michigan?
Definitely being thrown into the fire. Coming from high school, kind of the same situation occurred. So, I was prepared for it. But, just being a younger guy with, All-Americans, first rounders of your team, it's kind of hard to, speak up and know what to say. So, I never wanted to say the wrong things. But in terms of what's going well, I got to play early. I got that experience. So, I knew going into the following year that I was just going to build off, where I started from. So that was the beauty of it.
So you did get thrown in the fire your freshman year. I believe you got thrown in because of an injuries. And so getting that pressure put on you as a freshman, did that, it helped you grow quicker, but was that difficult?
It wasn't difficult at all because every day I prepare in practice. My coach always told me in high school to prepare like a starter. And, I took that mentality to college, and every day in practice I challenged everybody around me to be better, and, they helped me be better. So when the moment came, I was ready for it, and, I felt like I did a pretty decent job.
Yeah. So what eventually led up to that decision to transfer?
My coach got fired, Coach Juwan, my uncle, so, I felt like it was only right. He was the reason I went there. So just me personally, I couldn't see myself, staying there and playing for somebody else. That's just me personally.
Yeah. Was that kind of like what everyone was doing on the Michigan team, or was that just you personally?
I feel like that was a factor, but also guys were just, sometimes you just want a new environment, fresh start, just different atmosphere, and that could have played a part in it as well.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So what did K-State have to offer you that caught your attention?
Just the love they showed. I'm a big family guy. I'm big on family, trust, love, and the fact that the whole staff, some administrators reached out to me. You just get that family aspect, that family feel, like that everybody cares about you, and they were talking to me, my trainer, my mom. They probably even tried to get my sister on the FaceTime or something. So they really showed that they cared, and it was a great decision.
Yeah. Well, did you like Manhattan at first? Was this something that a place that you ever saw yourself ending up, or?
As I got here by myself, definitely not. But I'm from the city. I'm used to fast pace, so Manhattan is kind of a good sanctuary for me to relax, calm down, just really focus on basketball. So some I hate it, but I enjoy it.
Yeah, that's exciting. Glad you're here.
Me too.
Do you have any favorite parts of Manhattan?
Bourbon and Baker.
You like Bourbon and Baker?
I love Bourbon and Baker. I don't know how it's that good, but yeah, Bourbon and Baker is my go-to. my mom come, we go all the time. So Bourbon and Baker definitely the spot for sure.
Yeah. I've been there one time, but I think it was pretty good. I like the new Mediterranean place, Bootsy's.
I never heard of that.
I like Bootsy's quite a bit. So when you got to K-State, Big 12 or Big 10 to Big 12, what was that like?
Definitely, the pace of the game is definitely different. Big 10, is more so of a slower pace than Big 12. And, it was just what I was looking for. I'm a fast type of dude, so the pace I want to play at is fast. So, it's a perfect conference.
Were you looking for somewhere in the Big 12?
Honestly, I was just trying to get away from the Big 10, to be honest. Like, any school other than the Big 10, that was my main focus, Just going somewhere with a conference, they play faster, they try to get up and down, and just fits my playing style.
Yeah. So you get to K-State. You've had some big moments so far. You've had 17 double-digit games this season, and you even had a double-double. Is there any big moments that stood out to you? Two double-doubles. Is there any big moments that stood out to you?
When I first actually got the double-double, it's pretty much easier to get one when you're not thinking about it. Me never having one, obviously I was thinking about it. I was counting those assists and stuff. But once I actually got it, I was excited. I'm 3 years in, I'm a point guard, and I don't have a double-double. So that was definitely a big moment. And it was at home, so I got to enjoy my team.
Yeah.
But I would say the one against KU was definitely something that is a highlight moment for me because I was just out there having fun. I wasn't looking up at the scoreboard, and the stats spoke for themselves, and we got the dub. So that was definitely one of my best moments this season.
I feel like at Michigan, I remember kind of watching you a little bit at Michigan. You weren't really a distributor as much as you were forced in that shooting role. Is that something you could have accomplished at Michigan, or is that now that you're at K-State in a different role, something that's a little bit easier to come by for you?
I definitely felt like I could have accomplished that at Michigan. And it was just more of a mindset thing, and, the role that I was put in. I was put in more of a scoring role than a distributing role, but, I try to always make sure, I still mix in a little bit of distributing, only because I'm the point guard, and, that's my job and that's my playing style. I'm a pass-first point guard. So I definitely could have accomplished that at Michigan, but, K-State, the way we run things, just makes it easier for me to, do those things.
Yeah. Well, big moments at K-State. How have you improved the most since getting here?
I feel like mentally, just my perseverance. Me personally, things didn't go how I wanted in the beginning, but, I stuck to it and I showed up every day, try to get 1% better. And, the hard work paid off. And, it didn't start well, but it's ended great. So, I'm just thankful for that.
Yeah. Well, when we come back, we're going to talk about some of Doug's big moments off the court and even some rapid-fire questions. You're listening to Off the Record with Emma Wiley on Wildcat 91.9. Welcome back to Off the Record with Emma Wiley on Wildcat 91.9. Today, I'm joined by Dug Mcdaniel, and we're going to shift gears a little bit. So, looking towards your future and more recently, what are some goals that you see yourself this season?
Build off these past 2 games that we had, been playing pretty well, putting a lot of good things together. And, carry that same momentum into the Big 12 tournament. And, surprise a lot of people and make March Madness. That's kind of why I see myself and the team, moving forward.
Yeah, I'm excited. Ready for
Me
March
too.
Madness. So you've talked about the importance of role models and how they have impacted your life. Is that ever something that you see yourself doing for the younger generation?
Definitely. I love, going to, when I'm back home, some youth travel teams invite me to talk to their players, or, I just go back to my high school and just show love, give some tips, because, I played for, guys that they're playing for now, so I could just help them out a little bit. But, I always love giving back. Me and my friends, we did like a back-to-school giveaway this past year, and, it was a lot of fun, seeing kids smile, because we used to be those kids, so, I know how I feel when the older guys come back and just show you love.
Yeah, that's awesome. So I wanted to do something that we do most of my shows, which is a little rapid fire at the end of the show. So this will be, a set of questions, and you'll just answer with the first thing that comes to your mind.
Bet.
So first is, what is your favorite hype song to start a game off?
Honcho Instinct.
I've never heard that one.
Check it out. You should check it out.
All right, and I wanted to know a little bit more about your chain, the famous Dug chain that you got going on. Flash it.
I got this over the summer. It was one of my first purchases, and I love jewelry. I have more chains back at home, but I feel like this is just a symbol of my hard work.
Mm-hmm.
I've been this far. I dreamed of having chains and jewelry, and I finally got it. So, just the hard work I put in.
Yeah.
Got to show for it sometime.
Absolutely. And what is your favorite pregame meal?
Probably catfish nuggets with hot sauce and fries.
How'd you get into that?
With lemon pepper on them. Can't beat it.
How'd you get into that from DC? Do they have catfish in DC?
We got everything in DC.
Really?
Crab, catfish, pasta, whatever. So lamb chops. Come to DC, it's fun. It's a fun place.
In the middle of nowhere, so I know a thing or two about catfish nuggets.
Yeah.
So if you could go one-on-one with any person, past or present, who would it be?
Probably Kyrie Irving.
Yeah.
That's my favorite player. And I feel like most of his moves are off instinct. And I feel like some of mine are too. So just guarding it and see how he counters off counters, definitely something I could learn while guarding him. But at the same time, he still got to guard me, so we're going to see.
Simba has some input down there. Okay, so what is your favorite memory from any part of your basketball career so far?
I would probably say at Madison Square Garden last year, we played St. John's. My mom and my uncle and my other family was there, and that's probably the best game I ever had in my collegiate career. And it gave me some hope going forward. Like I could really do this. I'm capable of playing at this level. So ever since that game, I feel like my confidence has been through the roof.
Yeah. And what are some things, maybe something about you that fans don't know?
I'm introverted, but if you talk to me, I feel like I'm a great listener. I can hold a conversation. So don't be afraid to just say hi. I'm no mean guy, but I am introverted. So if I look the way I look, just know I just like sticking to myself. But I'm
Nothing
a good guy.
Personal.
Another person.
All right, and last question. What's next for Dug McDaniel?
I guess we got to find out.
There we go. All right. That's all we have time for today. Dug, thanks for making time for us.
Appreciate you.
Where can everyone find you on social media?
Instagram at the Dug Mcdaniel, Twitter and TikTok at AOFly.
And as always, you can find me at Emma Wiley across all platforms. And to stay up to date with the show, you can find it at OTR on Instagram. And if you missed this week's show, don't worry, you can find it on Spotify every Tuesday at midnight. Thanks for listening. You're listening to Off the Record with Emma Wiley. We'll see you next week. That wasn't very good either, but it's okay. It works.
You want Doug to read it?
Yeah, Doug, do you want to read it?
And as always, you can find... Wait, what?
It's me.
You can find me at Emma Wiley to stay
Emma
up to
L.
date.
Wiley.
At Emma L. Wiley to stay up to date. Or you can follow at OTRW on Instagram. And if you missed the show, you can watch it on Spotify. Thanks for listening. See you next week. Go, bro. How we doing? Let's go.